Welcome back. It is a week later and I wanted to show you an update on how everything is going, and we will also be doing some more work today. So this is the Dianthus that we bumped up from the cell blocks last week. It is doing great, as is the tray over here. I personally made some mistakes this week, so I'm going to go over some of the things I messed up a little bit. One is over here. You can see this little, not only the push-in here, also this tray is now cracked all the way down to right about that water line, actually. I was watering the plants and I forgot to replace the blockade I had made of boxes to keep this one away, because she likes to try to get in there. She likes drinking dirty water. Get. So after I watered the plants, I forgot to replace that. Actually, I forgot one box, but it was enough for her to get in there and smush that. It still seems to be going good. I just kind of pushed one back into place a little bit, and everything seems to be fine. These are the 72 cells, the Dianthus. We started with the ones below that I just went over. They are still doing well. Some of them are getting a little leggy here, reaching towards the light. And then this is the other mistake I made. This tray over here, I did not realize, since there wasn't a thermostat in the front, that I had a heat mat there. And not only a heat mat there, but it was plugged in. So it shouldn't have been getting heat during this stage, and it was. They seem to be doing okay, but you never know. So that might become a problem later, but that's it. Here are the ones we started last week, the seeds. These are the Scabiosa. They really all started going, like, you know, getting a lot of green literally yesterday. So these popped up super fast. The Strawflower over here was the first one to show signs of germination, but it's also a little hard because these seeds were the uncovered ones, so they're easier to see the germination versus the ones that are covered. So they're doing great over there. And the Dianthus, you can see some, definitely not, you know, it's not as pronounced as the other ones, but if I got in there close, you could see a lot of stuff happening. They all seem to be ahead of their germination rate, like the time frame. They seem to be ahead by a couple days, all of them, so I'm very happy with that again. Everything's going good. What I wound up doing, because we started getting some temperature spiking that I was worried about happening in the last video, is I unplugged the heat mat, but I left the thermostat in the soil so I could still get a reading. It seems to be working correctly. I haven't tried it. I haven't like tested it on anything, but it seems to be fine. And it hasn't spiked down with there. So the heat from the light has been enough. So that's also good to know, because things that don't need heating mats, that's great, and you know, no electricity and stuff. So once they really get germinating, we'll compare the rates to the ones that were on the heat mats without light and see which way worked better. So same with the Scabiosa. I did the same thing, unplugged the heat mat, left the lights on, left the thermostat in. The Strawflower did have a heat mat. So that is the little update on that. Oh, and I wanted to show you what I've been using to water these. I'm pretty sure we got this on Amazon. It's of course yellow because, you know, my favorite color. So, but it's nice. It gives you a lot of control. You know, these larger ones with the soil blocks, it doesn't really matter because you just shoot for this center channel, and I just hit the water right there to fill it up, and it goes into the divots, and that seems to be nice. I don't go more than that. But the ones on the bottom, it's nice to be able to get in between the blocks. So there's the two area, of course this one's bigger on that side, but there's the two larger areas on the side because of the 6 just going across instead of the double layer. And then you can get in that center channel as well as kind of just like pull the side down a little bit and get in there. You have a lot of control with that watering can. So very excited. We will be back in just a minute with some phlox that we are starting in some soil blocks, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Bye.
All right, so I guess after this is what the 8th tray I've used, or I made using the small soil blocker, the 20 cell one. A couple of problems I have come across, but a couple of easy fixes to overcome those problems if you ever have them. So one thing I was doing wrong was pressing too hard, because this the soil block cells on this one are plastic, so putting too much pressure on it kind of swelled the cells up a little bit, made them too tight, so whenever I would try to eject the soil blocks, then they would kind of stick to the frame. Easy to fix, just don't pack it as hard, which is, it's really easy to pack it too hard, so I didn't realize I was doing it that much. But the other thing is, what I noticed was giving me the most trouble as far as like ejecting all of the blocks without having any stick to this was the amount of buildup in the soil within these slots right here, where it nests over the okay, look at that, pressing it wrong. Where it nests over the cells as it slides down. So if you can get a lot of soil built up in there, which will make it kind of not push all the way out on whichever row that is. So this thing, this popsicle stick is the perfect size. Just slide it in there and just kind of floss it out. You don't necessarily have to go crossways through it, even though it works. Doing it this way pretty much fixed it. The other thing is this spring right here. I like to get a lot of soil built up in that, so it wouldn't compress all the way. I was doing a little bit there, but aside from that, that's it for like learning curves. Just a few tricks and things that I had to look out for, because I've never soil blocked before, and I was just doing it without looking up how to do it. So I guess that's it.
Over here we have what we worked on today, which is phlox. This is cherry caramel, and the seeds are from GeoSeed. Phlox you normally direct seed out in the field. We are trying the soil block for this for a couple reasons. One, to just see how it works, and two, phlox has a short germination window. It has a long direct seeding out in the field window, and a short days to maturity, which means that it only takes 50 to 65 days for us to be getting flowers. So if this doesn't work, then we have plenty of time to try other methods. So it's a good one to try on, which we've never grown phlox before, but those were all reasons that I picked it this year, to kind of see and give us like an easy new flower to try out. These need full darkness to germinate, and on the shelf, then all the lights need to be on all the shelves in there. So what we're going to do is just take 2 empty of the bottom trays. Sorry, I'm gonna knock that one down a little bit. Oh, there we go. And just kind of set them across like this. Oops, there we go. So it covers them up and blocks them from the light. So we'll see how that works, and we'll let you know. So see you soon.